Well, hello everyone. I'm Esther Bartkiw and happy day to you. Hey, listen, I am just about to head out to the mall. I have a couple more things I need to pick up before the start of the next sacred spirit journey, which is walking the El Camino in Spain. I think it's less than 12 days before I meet with this amazing group of ladies as we do this journey of change together in Spain. I will be posting pictures of it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, so please look for those photos and join us in the journey. Now, while I was getting ready this morning, I was, kind of meditating, reflecting, as I often do, and I had a thought that I wanted to share with all of you because we're all expanding into a greater, bigger version of our true self, living as true self. And when we do this, when we start living as true self, there are people in our lives who just love it. They are so excited for us. They're like, yes, I'm rooting for you. And, I always knew that you were so full of light and love and this potential. I'm so happy to see this. And then there's other people whose, well, as the saying goes, their feathers get ruffled because they do not like that you are living as true self. They don't like that you're speaking your truth. They don't like that you are waking up consciously, that you are consciously now creating and designing your life on your terms. They don't like it when they see you being a light. And there's many different reasons for this, and I want to share them with you so you have this awareness if you ever encounter this type of situation with someone who is like, nah, I don't like that you're living as your true self. And one of the reasons they don't like it is because they lose power over you. Okay, so especially when living as your true self means that you might be saying no to them, that you're no longer playing victim, that you're not running around pleasing them all the time, that you are expressing your own opinion, that you say, hey, I hear you and I understand you have that perspective, but I believe something else, or, I think something else. Right? So they begin to lose power over you and they don't like that, especially if having power over other people is what gives them power, right? Now, another reason that people's feathers get ruffled when you step into living as your true self is because when you change, on some level, it forces them to change, okay? Especially if this person is really close to you. Right? So you might say to them, no, I'm not going to run around and do that all the time for you, which forces them to start doing it for themselves, or they're going to have to find someone else to manipulate or get to do that task for them. Right? As you begin living as a more authentic self and doing what pleases you and creative expression and dressing the way you want and going the places where you want, it will, on some level, it'll force them to change and they may not like it. Now, what I find is some people say, great, I'm changing with you. This is wonderful. Others are like, no, I don't want to. But after a while, they're okay. It's just that initial resistance, right? And then they begin to flow with you. And then others are just like, no, no, no. All right, so that's the second point. Another reason that some people don't like when they see that you're beginning to live as true self is because their own consciousness begins to prick at them, right? They may start getting that inner nudge, right? Saying, hey, Esther, look what so-and-so's doing. Esther, look what they're doing. Look how they're blossoming. Look how they're shining. Look how they're living this really great light. Look how they're standing up for themselves. Look how they're speaking their truth. Isn't it time for you to do the same? Come on, come on, come on. And so they get that inner nudge, their consciousness is saying, come on, let's do it. Maybe their higher self is saying, it's time, it's time. The whispers are becoming louder and louder. They're no longer whispers. And that makes them uncomfortable and they take it out on you. Okay? And the other reason is why some people may not like when you really start living as true self is because they get really jealous. Maybe they really want to live as true self. They want to really break free, right? They want what you have, and they get jealous, and in that jealousy they act out. We know that when people get jealous, they often can be quite mean. All right. So if you are on this journey, you're beginning to or expanding into a greater version of yourself, living as your true self, and you encounter people who are just not so thrilled for you, right? Just kind of note where they may fall in one of these categories. And I encourage you, please do not let them stop you from living your true self. In fact, take it and embrace it as information that, hey, I'm on the right track, right? I'm lifting myself out of those lower vibrations. Use it as motivation, as fuel to continue on living as true self, to be an example to others of what is possible. And of course, be prepared in any moment that those people could have a change of heart. They could reach out to you and say, hey, I want what you've got. I want to live like you live. I've noticed a change in your life. Tell me about it. And be willing and ready to say, of course, sit down, let's have a coffee, let's talk about it. Talk about being true self. All right. So I hope this information is helpful to you. Please share it with other people. Of course, leave a comment below. I do respond to comments, and have a great day.